Hi, my name is Hayden Nitz, and this is
J. Todd Baker.
and this is your lower body resistance workouts for days 3, 9, 21, and 26. For this workouts, you will need a barbell with a back squat capabilities. You will also need dumbbells and a cable machine. The first exercise on the lower body resistance training workout is going to be the back squat. The first thing that we want to do is ensure that the bar height is good for our person, which we want it just below the shoulders. So as we can see with our participant here, it is set to the correct bar height. When addressing the bar like this, we want to get under it, and we want to have our hands just outside of shoulder width in a nice comfortable place. We want to retract the scapulas and place the bar on top of our traps, as shown. And we will stand up with the weight, take a step back, another step back, and then kind of make sure that our feet are parallel and facing forward with our toes. We'll now go down in a nice, slow, controlled manner, making sure to keep a nice neutral spine, as shown here, and making sure we hit at least 90 degrees from our knee, as we see here. He's a little bit past 90, but that's pretty much perfect. And ideally, we want to see the bar path perfectly vertical as he's doing here. From the back, we can see that everything is in alignment here, and the bar is on top of his traps. As he goes down, we see that there is no shifting side to side, and he is even with the weight on each foot. Once we've completed our set, we'll take a few small steps and walk it back into the rack before sending it down. The next exercise that we're doing for our lower body resistance workout is going to be a step back lunge. This can be completed with either dumbbells or barbell, as shown here. We're going to take the same bar placement as we used for the back squat, with the bar on top of our traps, our arms in a very comfortable position, and we're just going to begin by doing a backwards lunge, as shown. We want to make sure that each leg gets to 90, as we see here. We can see that both knees are at 90 degrees to each other and to the ground, and that's exactly what we're looking for. From the back, as we can see, he's going to stay nice and stable and controlled, still barely touching that knee to the ground with each one, and he's going to alternate the step back lunges. That's probably good. The next exercise on our lower body resistance training program is going to be the Romanian deadlift. We're going to grab the bar just outside of shoulder width, as shown here, and we're going to pick it up with a nice neutral spine and take a couple steps back from the rack. We will then proceed to bend from our hips forward, keeping a nice neutral spine and our legs straight. You'll go down until you start to feel a stretch in your hamstrings before returning back up to the top. We want to keep the bar as close to our body as possible to ensure that we don't injure ourselves. From the back, we just want to make sure that we have that same neutral spine and that we're not excessively rounding from the upper body to reach the bottom of the lift, and everything is just stable. The next exercise in our lower body resistance training program is going to be the calf raises. Today we're going to be using the barbell, but you can use dumbbells or kettlebells instead. So we're going to approach the bar just like we did for the back squat. We're going to put it on top of our traps, like shown. We're going to lift up, take our steps back, and begin lifting onto our toes in a nice slow and controlled manner, going up and down. Try not to lose our breath. Up onto his toes, completely leaving the ground with his heels, and each foot is going the same distance up and down. The next exercise we're doing in this lower body resistance training workout is going to be Pallof press. To do this, we'll need a cable machine, and we want the machine set up to just about the middle of his body. So what he's going to do is he's going to grab the handle here, he's going to pull it out to the middle of his body, and he's going to extend fully. Once he's fully extended, he has a nice base with his feet. He's going to take 3 small steps that way, away from the machine. We want to ensure that his hands are not leaving the middle of his body, and you want to resist this from pulling you back towards the cable machine. So now he's going to take 3 steps back, and that's going to count as 1 repetition. From the side, this is what it's going to look like. He's going to pull it out, push it out, and then keep it nice and level as he takes 3 steps away from the machine, and then 3 steps back towards the machine.
common faults with this exercise is letting it pull you back towards the machine and also losing your balance as you're walking out and walking back towards the table machine.
Our next exercise for our lower body resistance training workout is going to be the Bulgarian split squat. To start, we're gonna grab 2 dumbbells. The weights, obviously the same, but depending on your skill level, play around with the weights. Some people, this movement is very hard, and some people find this very easy. We're gonna show you an easy way to set up the movement, not many people know about, because many of the problems they have is they feel like they're too close or too far away from the bench, and this causes problems. So we're gonna show you an easy way to get over that. So we're gonna start by sliding all the way to the front of the bench, and we're gonna kick out whatever foot's gonna be forward. So in this case, we're gonna do our left foot forward. So we're gonna place our heel on the ground like so, and we're gonna scoot it back just about an inch or 2. And then we're gonna put our foot down, stand up with the weights, like so, and then we should be in the perfect position to be 90-90. So he's gonna take his right leg and he's gonna put it back on the bench. As you see, he probably needs to slide his foot just a little bit. And then we're in a really good position. We're at 90 here, and then this should be at 90 when we go down. So now when we go down, we're going to take it nice and slow. This can be very challenging at first with the stability, but as you see, we're in a nice 90-90 here. So the other thing that we want to focus on really hard is making sure that we stay up with a nice neutral spine. So he's going to do one more here for us. Good 90-90, nice and controlled as he comes back up. Nice neutral spine. One more for us, just so we can see. Perfect 90-90, nice slow control, and back up. And notice how he maintained his balance and his nice neutral spine here. So this is our Bulgarian split squat. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look from the front angle here. So again, we're gonna slide all the way to the front of the bench, our butt, perfect. We're gonna go with the right leg this time since we did left. Fully extend our leg, heel down, slide it back about 1 inch to 2 inches, and then we're gonna stand up. Next, we're gonna take our other leg and we're gonna rest it on the bench. Some people don't really know where to put their foot, just anywhere comfortable behind you. Some people like to put their toe up, some people like to put their foot flat. It doesn't really matter, whatever more comfortable for you and whatever allows you to balance better. So again, you want to see that nice 90-90, and we're going to look as he has a proud chest there, as he's staying up when he's doing this exercise. So we're going to watch him do a couple here, and notice how he's staying up. He's not leaning forward, his chest isn't meeting his quad, he's staying nice and stable, and he's getting that perfect 90-90 position that we're looking for. One more, perfect. The next exercise in our lower body resistance training workout is going to be the march curl. For this, we're going to need a medicine ball and a mat. The mat is optional, but it's just for comfort. So we're going to start by having our participant lay on his back in a supine position. We're going to place the hands out to the side so that we can stabilize ourselves. If this is too easy, we can move our hands slightly in, but to start, let's start pretty wide. We're going to have him put both of his feet here on top of the ball, and we're going to do this in 4 simple moves. The first move is going to be a glute bridge. This is where he lifts his butt off the ground and he gets in this nice horizontal position here with a nice neutral spine and his legs fully locked out as he goes back down. That is step 1. The second step is going to be a march with one of his legs, and then the third step is going to be another march with the opposite leg. So as we see here, he goes up into a nice glute bridge and he marches with one leg in a nice slow and controlled manner, keeping his leg fully locked out the entire time. Just like that. And he goes back down. The fourth step is going to be the glute bridge to the march, and then we're going to curl it back towards our body. This is really going to work our hamstrings and our glutes, and obviously our core because we have to stabilize. So he goes up into a glute bridge, marches again, and then he's going to curl it back towards his body. Notice how he's very stable here, and he keeps his legs in a very straight position, and his core. And the next variation of this could be a single leg march. If the 2-legged march is too easy, this is what a single leg march would be. It's the exact same steps, except for on the curling phase, we're going to only use one leg. So it would look something like this. We're going to go up into a glute bridge, we're going to march, and we're going to march, and we're going to leave this leg here, we're going to pull back with the other one, just like so, coming back, bringing the other leg back down, and putting our butt back on the ground. And that would
be the single leg version of this. This is what the March curl is going to look like from behind. Really notice how wide his hands are, nice and stable base. Both of his legs are fully locked out as he goes up into a bridge. He's going to march with one leg. Notice how straight it is. He's not wavering side to side because he's engaging his core. He's going to march with the other leg. And just really, again, notice how he's engaging that core in order to not roll side to side as he pulls it back towards him in a nice straight fashion, like so, and he sets his body back down. Okay. So you've seen the one. Alright. Which leg you gonna do, doesn't matter. Okay. This is what the single leg march curl would look like from behind. Notice the same setup with the hands nice and wide, nice stable base. He's gonna march with one leg. Notice how he's not wavering side to side as he's engaging his core. And then he curls it back towards him with one leg, sets the leg back down, and then sets his body back down. And that is how you do the single leg march curl.